We're going to do a song now. It's actually an old Graham Parsons, Roger McGuinn song that we recorded on A Clear Impetuous Morning record. And we always had a sort of feeling for this song because it's my understanding that Parsons and McGuinn, the story goes, wrote this about Ralph Emery, the 1960s and 1970s DJ in Nashville, who was extraordinarily powerful, very powerful man in country music. And the Byrds played on the Grand Ole Opry, and Ralph, of course, was the host of the show that night. And apparently he said some very unkind things about the Byrds. He didn't like their hair, and he didn't like the way they looked. And this really broke Graham Parsons' heart, you know. It really affected him very deeply. He was quite hurt by that, because he was a big fan of country music, of course. McGuinn as well. And anyway, they wrote this song about Ralph Emery called Drugstore Truck Driving Man. Now, then fast forward about 20 years or so, right? And it's 1981, 1982. Jason and the Nashville Scorchers are breaking out of Nashville and playing around the South and the Midwest and making an audience. And back in those days, the band was, I mean, we really truly were, you know, just hell-bound hillbillies, without a doubt. And this TV producer did a special on the band on Channel 5 in Nashville. And she was young, and she was pretty into what was happening on the street in Nashville. And she did a special on Jason and the Nashville Scorchers. And it was pretty raw, folks. You know, it really told the story. I mean, this was not something you wanted your children to watch, you know. And anyway, she aired it on Ralph's show, on Ralph Emery's TV show. And Ralph, he had never seen the segment before. He had never seen this little piece that this producer had done. And anyway, as they were airing it, you could see Ralph Emery, and his face got sort of red, and he got rather confused. And he started stuttering, and he got rather mad at this person, this producer, for showing this piece about this young punk rock band from Nashville. And he said, "Don't ever bring anything like that on my show again," right on TV. Of course, we were watching this, all of us, in our little houses in West Nashville. And I, for one, you know, I raised a cheer. Because I knew that if Ralph Emery hated us, I knew, by God, we were doing something right. Of course, later in life, I became friends with Ralph Emery. Go figure. This song is called Drugstore Truck Driving Man. Sure does.
still in town.